Shalom. All praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rahak Kodash, the ones, the apostles and elders of Great Millstone rule well. Peace, salutations, and blessings to the sincere brothers out there, aka the elect, pushing the word across the four corners of the earth. And man, everything that a black woman says or comes out of her mouth or her actions, whatever her conversation is, man, it's usually from a white man. You know, we've been teaching the scriptures for years, but now that Edomites are trying to copy us and which they're not even copying the correct doctrine, but Edomites are trying to quote us and then throw their own little facts in the mix. All of a sudden, these black women have high interest in it, you know, which is why all these different places where these Edomite men can just come in and get with any black woman, you know, leave a little tear baby in or some kind of shit, and they believe that that's going to elevate them to you know, a certain status, white status or some shit. You know, and that's another thing that is going to permeate the earth, man. Truth is beginning to bloom up. All right, but without further ado, we're gonna let her talk. There's a lot of people on the internet talking, man. You got to do your research.
Yeah, this is why they fear Putin. Okay? This is why they fear Putin. All right, let's listen to this, and then we will continue.
So it's not the Jews.
And real quick, just a quick side note, too, for all the sincere brothers out there, because sometimes it can be frustrating. You know, the scriptures say, cast your bread upon the waters. It can be frustrating sometimes, you know. People are not necessarily clicking on your channel, but that's okay. All right, the Lord sees all that. The Lord sees your works. He said, I will reward you openly. Man, he is not unrighteous to forget your labor of love. This woman got 22,000 views, but the wrong doctrine. It's not about the views. Right, everybody wants to go viral. Everybody wants high viewership, which certain brothers do have. But at the end of the day, man, this is about edifying the elect. Whether you get somebody new, or you get somebody who just needed a faith booster, you know, or just to be edified. All these works matter.
It's the Edomites posing as Jews. Edomites are the Canaanites, not the Jews. It's the Edomites posing as Jews. Edomites are the Canaanites, and if you know the Bible, I've been saying.
No, Edomites are not the Canaanites. It's two different people. Canaan and Esau are two different people. Okay, Canaan is the son of Ham. You have different lineages, man. Canaan is the son of Ham. One of the sons of Ham, one of the four sons of Ham. Canaan, Mizraim, and Cush. All right, Canaan is one of those sons. Esau is the son of Jacob. Esau is Jacob's brother, a son of Isaac, who is a son of Abraham. It's not, Edomites are not Canaanites. Now, do the Edomites do what the Canaanites did? Do they copy them? Yes, they do. Right? Do the Edomites, because the Edomites are the wicked, okay? They're the sons of the wicked. And so, whatever the wicked have done, they're going to do it. They're going to outdo them. Okay, that's the head of the serpent. They do what the Egyptians did. And Shalak Rayam on all these damn wicked ass motherfuckers out here. Shalak Rayam. But yeah, they're gonna do as all the wicked did.
Saying this, it's really not the Jews, it's the Satanists that have hijacked every religion.
You know the story of Jacob and Esau. Esau was cursed. He went and married two Canaanite women, and their tribes became the Edomites. The Edomites were eventually absorbed into Israel and were converted into Jews.
No.
But they kept their dastard.
No. Two different people. Two completely different people. Which, when we came out of Egypt, That was the first people I believe that we met was Amalek of the Edomites, excuse me. Then later we got to our land, it's Canaan. Those are the Canaanites, the Perizzites, the Hivites, all of them. All the sons of Ham. Two completely different people. Might have made marriages and all that, but completely different. All right, Genesis 26 and 34. And Esau was 40 years old when he took to wife Judith, the daughter of Beeri the Hittite, and Bashemoth, the daughter of Elon the Hittite, which a Hittite is a what? It's a Canaanite. Right? Hittite, the nation descended from Heth, the second son of Canaan. Once inhabitants of central Anatolia, modern Turkey. They've been a lot of different places. All right, we read about Tyre and Zidon, two cities of Canaan, Canaanites. All right, because the word Canaan means merchant. They were merchants. But those cities were rich. Those were Canaanites. Right? Esau is the modern day Tyrrhenian, or the modern day Zidonian. Okay? They're the modern day top merchants of the earth. Ezekiel 28 is ultimately talking about Esau. Right? They're all wiser than Daniel. But the original Tyre and Zidon was Canaanites. And Alexander the Great took all that down. Actually put a land bridge over to that island. He took down the land version, then he took down the island part where the ships was at. History's vast, man. You want to take out all of the dark faces throughout history, you remove a lot of information. Right? Because everybody with a dark face is not an Israelite either. The descendants of the so-called black, so-called Native Americans, so-called Latinos, those are the Israelites. Right? Through the lines of our fathers. That's what it's about, the generations of Israel. Right? Uriah the Hittite was not an actual Hittite. For those guys out there. No, Uriah the Hittite. See, David. Verse 35, which were grief of mind unto Isaac and to Rebekah. Yeah, because that was known that we don't get with Canaan. Canaan was cursed. Right? Through Ham, Canaan was cursed.
And how did they get absorbed into Israel? Well, what happened was the Khazarian mafia, which was located.
And they jumped way past through history. They jumped way past. Esau was there, and then when the Babylonians came, burned down the temple, they came. Then eventually they rose up as the Greeks. And, they were trying during the Persians with the story of Esther. Okay, after that, and Haman, the Amalekite, he was killed trying to take over. But then eventually the Grecians rose up, right, pursuant to what Daniel 7 in prophecy. Right, then the Romans came about. Then Khazaria and all of that. But the Khazarian Empire wasn't established, from what I've read, into like the sixth century. Let me see. I'm gonna say I'd say from the 6th to 10th century. And yes, they converted. Many of them converted way back during the time of John Hyrcanus. Right, certain Edomites were there. They were converts. The scriptures even say that. Matter of fact, let's get it. All right, because this was before right before John Hyrcanus. In the other nations, the heathen would do this a lot. They try to mingle amongst us and try to do what we do. Just like in the kingdom, they're gonna try to copy us, but it's gonna be a separation. It's always been a separation. All right, Esther 8. And this is a Purim. That's the 8. And 15, and Mordecai went out from the presence of the king of royal apparel of blue and white, and with a great crown of gold, and with a garment of fine linen and purple. And the city of Shushan rejoiced and was glad. The Jews had light and gladness and joy and honor. And in every province and every city, whithersoever the king's commandment and his decrees came, the Jews had joy and gladness, a feast and a good day. And many of the people of the land became Jews, for the fear of the Jews fell upon them. So you can, you're talking about that converse, you can try to pretend, but let's see what it says. They became Jews. Right, this is all through the Persian Empire. They became Jews because of fear. It says, Yahad. Oh, jihad. It says to become a Jew, in fact or in fraud, become Judaized. Become Jews. Going back to Judah. Right, and it's a few times in history where they've all did that, where they try to pretend and play a role for us. You know, that's ultimately why the wicked have to be burnt up, because they're always going to flip on you when it's convenient.
Located north of Israel in that region, all of the neighboring countries got so sick of their disgusting evil practices that the rulers of the surrounding countries forced them to pick a religion. It forced the leader of the Khazarians to pick a religion to follow, so that way there could be an attempt at peace in that region, and that neighboring countries' traders wouldn't have to deal with passing through Khazaria, where a lot of them actually went missing. So their solution was to force them into a monotheistic religion, and the Khazarians chose Judaism, the Khazarians being Satanists.
Ways, and they are the synagogue of Satan that Jesus was rebuking, because they were living amongst the Israelites at the time. And from what I read, King Herod was actually part Edomite. But long story short, they killed Jesus, they killed the real Messiah.
Not part. King Herod was an Edomite. Okay? Herod, the Idumean, he was an Edomite. That was well known. He married into the line of the Maccabees for legitimacy. But those were Edomites.
Messiah. Their whole thing was about stealing back the blessing that Esau stole from Jacob. So they killed Christ and have been working with Satan to destroy the world. But in the Bible, it's written that the righteous tribes will rise and that God will destroy each and every one of them, and that the Edomites will go to live in the Holy Land, the fake Jews, the ones who worship the Star of Rephaim.
Wait a minute. He jumped all over the place.
Edomites will go to live in the Holy Land, the fake Jews, the ones who worship.
Right, Ezekiel 36:5. Idumeans inherited our land, and that's where they're at right now.
The Star of Rephaim, the six-pointed star that they have on their.
And again, man, it really is a shame. The scripture says, "Your eyes shall see your teachers." That out of all people she can highlight, she looked up these Edomites. And you could clearly tell she hasn't actually researched anything that they say, but because it's a white man, I believe everything that he says. Okay. And the deceiver and the deceived are both his.
Flag and have legitimized to all of us via their psyops. The six-pointed star Jews, those are the Edomites posing as Jews. But they're really just continuing the Canaanite practice of child sacrifice, satanic Baal worship, Moloch worship, all that nasty such Saturn worship, child eating.
And the thing is, it wasn't just always the Canaanites. It was always them into that shit. All right. And it was a lot of nations that were doing that. All right. The Canaanites been doing that. Okay, that's where Israel got it from. They got it from the Canaanites. But it was a couple of heathen nations. It's the whole thing is a heathen practice. Sacrificing your children. But yeah, he's right about that. The 6-pointed star, that's the star of Molech. That's correct. But they forwarded the scriptures say a red horse came up, which had power to take peace on the earth. See, they forwarded all these heathen, wicked ass customs.
Child blood drinking.
And they never identify who the Israelites really are. From what I hear in this video, they never identify. They try to say that they're mingled there somewhere.
Child sacrifice.
And where are the scriptures at too? Through that precepts I get understanding. Because anybody can make one of these videos. Where are your precepts?
Etc. And they're posing as Jews. And they are the ones that Jesus Christ called the synagogue of Satan. And yeah, so it's not.
Yeah, the synagogue of Satan originally was actually Israelites. But we do qualify it for anybody who's a bastard, who's dwelling in our land, who ultimately, the scriptures talk about Esau is set up as Satan. Right? The dragon, Satan. Satan shall cast the devil. Yeah, it's Esau. It's all one and the same.
The Jews. It's the Edomites posing as Jews. The Khazars, the Ashkenazis, the Canaanites.
Yeah, but the Ashkenazi was a son of Japheth. Because you had a lot of Edomites who were in that land. So what they do is they'll call themselves after that land. Or they'll even make it up. That's what they'll do. They'll go in the scriptures. Okay, I'm this. They're bullshit.
Basically migrated to Ukraine. But the good thing is, according to the Bible, we don't need to do anything. God is going to smite each and every one of them. And he said he was going to do it when they return to Jerusalem, which they all are. And they're going to try to bring about a fake Messiah, but God's going to destroy each and every one of them. He said he's going to destroy the entire bloodline of.
Well, this is pretty dark, but it's the truth.
Yeah, you could tell they've been watching us, where they're trying to. Yeah, you gotta. If you're gonna say it, you gotta say it right. Right? Yeah, 2 Timothy 2:15. You know where we're going. You got to study. Study to show yourself approved under the Most High, a workman that needeth not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. Hey, like at this particular job I worked at, you know, they always used to, you know, because with Jake, they gonna triple inspect us, boy. But they used to come around, inspect your work. What's going on here? So, oh, you know, I'm just working. You know, oh, we're gonna take a look at you. Okay, go ahead, take a look. You know, that's how we are with this word, man. There's people watching. There's, you know, brothers watching. Ultimately, the Lord's watching. The angels watching. Right, rightly dividing the word of truth. You want to make sure what you're saying is correct, 100% correct in all aspects. Which is why, when you do these lessons, you shouldn't be doing too much talking. Matter of fact, verse 16, but shun profane and vain babblings. Right? You don't want to get into stuff that's not correct. Right? Vain babblings, profane and vain babblings. For they will increase unto more ungodliness. And their word will eat as doth the canker, of whom is Hymenaeus and Philetus, who concerning the truth have erred. So they went off, right? They went off the path of righteousness, saying that the resurrection is past already, and overthrow the faithful. So you had guys saying the resurrection is past already. No, that you still had that. Yeah, no, they went way off. So you can't just watch the video and take 2 points that you like and mix and match. No. No, you have to be 100% correct. Nevertheless, the foundation of the Most High standeth sure, having this seal: the Lord knoweth them that are his, and let everyone that nameth the name of Hamashiach depart from iniquity. All right? So, if you are going off and you're approved and you're corrected, just receive it. It's the Lord speaking to you. And if not, you don't want to receive honor correction, well then, that's on you. Acts 20:27. What is that? An occasion. Yeah, Sirach 4:23. Yeah, if you're following the Catholic Church, man, you don't know shit. It says, refrain not to speak. Now, they'll have the 1611 King James Version Bible, though. I give them that. But that's really about it. And refrain not to speak when there is occasion to do good, and hide not your wisdom in her beauty. And we haven't refrained to declare this gospel. Now, 2 Corinthians 4:1. Therefore, seeing we have this ministry, as we receive mercy, we faint not, but have renounced the hidden things of dishonesty, not walking in craftiness, nor handling the word of the Most High deceitfully. Yeah, trying to use it to amass a following and a certain amount of money, and then you telling the men of the congregation some bullshit, which a lot of you Israelites are doing. You got to get it right, or the Lord will destroy you. But by manifestation of the truth, commending ourselves to every man's conscience in the sight of the Most High. But if our gospel be hid, it is hid to them that are lost. And that's point blank, period. Now, verse 4, in whom the God of this world, Satan, again, have blinded the minds of them which believe not. And most of you black women, Satan has blinded you. You don't even see yourself. You know, it's like the guy on the train walking around, his pants hanging off. He got holes in it. It's like, does this dude even see himself? You don't know what the fuck he high off of. He's blinded in his mind. He's dead upstairs. You know, there's no lights is on. Lest the light of the glorious gospel of a Mashiach, who is the image of God, should shine unto them. For we preach not ourselves, but Yahushua Mashiach the Lord, and ourselves your servant, for Yahushua's sake. So it's for Yahushua's sake that we're teaching this word correctly and directly. And Lord willing to be edifying. Shalom to the elect.